Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Welcome you all once again, and I am here again, Parul Gupta from Golden Flower Senior Secondary School. So children, today we will be doing class 11th English Literature from the book Hornbill, chapter number 2. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together. So children, this is a very good story, very motivating story, and it is written by Gordon Cook and Alan East. So these are two writers, and the title itself is very motivating. What do you understand by the title? The title means the characters in the story are not at all afraid of dying, but they want to be together in all types of hardships in their life. Being together is more important in their life, and how this line motivates the narrator, and they overcome all the difficulties throughout their journey. So children, the main character in this play is the narrator, and I will be telling you something about the narrator, how this story begins, from where. So there is a 37 years old businessman who wants to go to a voyage round the world. So children, a 37-year-old man, he was doing a job, but he suddenly decides that he wants to do something adventurous in his life. So he decided to go to a voyage. What is a voyage? Voyage is a journey that is done by a ship through waterways. Means he wants to go around the world by a ship. He wants to go for a voyage around the world by a ship, and he takes along his family, his wife and two children. Okay children, now where the main thing about in this chapter is the hardships they are facing. So what are the hardships? Means what are the difficult times they had to face during their voyage? The weather conditions, the waves, the huge waves that were falling onto their ships, and the sea storms. These were the three things that they were facing. They were having problems with, they were causing problems throughout their journey, throughout these things. So children, this is the main theme of our story, where a narrator, he is 37 years old, he is a businessman, and suddenly he wants to go do something adventurous in life, and he plans to go on a voyage around the world with his family. For this he has made a ship also, and the name of the ship is Wave Walker, and it took him 16 years for him to build it and to check it, all the safety measures, and he also checked it, the ship into the roughest water, so that nothing could be left out. Every precaution should be taken. So children, before we move further with this story, and this story, the main character is the narrator and the ship also. So it is very important for us to know about the structures, the parts of the ship, and for this I have made a very small diagram for you to understand, and I have marked over here also. There are four important parts. First one is mast, second deck, stern and hatch. So children, I will be telling you separately about these four parts that are important about the boat, so that we can understand the story very well. Okay. So the first part is the mast. Mast is the uppermost part, a tall upright structure of the ship. Means this part, the tall upright portion of the ship, that is standing upright, okay, like vertically. This is the mast. Secondly is the stern. Stern is here, the back end of the boat or the ship, back end of the ship, that is used to change the direction of the ship or the boat. Now the third is hatch. Hatch is a opening on the deck of the ship or the boat, so that opening in the floor of the ship through which goods are lowered. Means the goods are kept in the ship by this passage, that is called hatch. Lastly, we have on the fourth number is the deck. Here it is deck. In this part, deck is the floor of the ship where the people can stand or walk or do the things. The main floor of the ship is called the deck. So children, you must have understood all the parts of the ship. And this ship, the author had spent 16 years building this ship, testing it and taking necessary precautions in the roughest of the sea. They tested it also so that no error should be left. But it is some destiny that they have to face some horrible conditions, hardships they have to face during their voyage. So children, I have told you about the basic structure of the ship, and on that they were sailing. And what was the name of the boat? The ship was the Wave Walker. And the 37-year-old businessman, he decided to go on a voyage with his family. And what all precautions he did and what all happened, who all accompanied with him, what were their relation, what were their age, everything I am going to tell you just now. Just pay attention to each and every point I am telling over here. Okay. So, starting of the journey. So children, while starting over the journey, it started in July 1976 from Plymouth, England. It is a place in England, Plymouth, and the month was July and the year was 1976. And accompanied by his wife, he was with his full family, and he was accompanied, means he had his wife with him and the children. The wife accompanied by wife Mary. The name of the wife was Mary. His son Jonathan, who is 6 years of age, and daughter named Susan, she is 7 years of age. The whole family, the 4 members of the family were together on the voyage. He was so much confident that nothing would mishap will happen to his family, and they would successfully complete the voyage around the world. That is why he has tested and he has spent 16 years in making Wave Walker, and he was so much confident he took all the family members with him to this voyage. Now children, what was the boat's name? The boat's name was Wave Walker. He has given his name, the name Wave Walker, and I will tell you something about the boat also. It is 23 meter long, 23 meter long in size and 30 ton weighted. So here it weighed 30 tons and 23 meters long, and it was fully wooden hulled. Means the basic structure, most of the part of the boat or the ship was made up of wooden material, wood. Okay. Now what were their planning? How they wanted to start their voyage, and in how many parts it was divided, and where they have started, and everything I'll tell you. So first of all, they had the family members, 4 members were there. They had 2 more members with them. They were the crewmen. Crewmen, who are crewmen? Crewmen are the members of the ship that used to do the manual work on the ship. Means everything, they are steering the wheel, they are looking after all the things on the ship. Means the caretaker or the staff of the ship, we can say crewmen. So there were 2 crewmen named Larry and Herb. These were the 2 crewmen, Larry and Herb. They accompanied him with his family to this voyage. Now children, the voyage was divided into 2 parts. It was divided. The first part has 105,000 kilometers, that was west coast of Africa to the Cape Town. So children, they started from west coast of Africa to Cape Town. This journey was without any hardship. It was a very nice, pleasant and delightful journey voyage they had, and they enjoyed each and every aspect of this journey. Then the second part was they have to travel from Cape Town to Southern Indian Ocean. Southern Indian Ocean was their destination in the second part of their voyage. But this southern Indian Ocean is known as the roughest seas, the roughest ocean or the most dangerous ocean for the ships to travel it through. So it accompanied this Indian Ocean, southern Indian Ocean accompanied various sea storms and huge waves, gigantic waves, and the harsh weather condition that one can just go through. So it was very dangerous. So how they hardship or they overcome the hardship what they have faced in the southern Indian Oceans, and what all happens to them and how they overcame, and what are the difficult times they had to see, and what are the things they had done. So this is a very motivating story. Till now I have understood, I have told you everything about it. So children, I have told you about the two parts of the journey. One was when they were moving from the Africa to Cape Town, and then from Cape Town to the southern Indian Ocean, which was the roughest ocean seas in the world. So moving further, misadventure and measures. Misadventure means what were the wrong things that they have faced, and what things, measures means what steps they have taken to overcome those hardships or misadventures. So children, the first thing is that on 2nd January till Cape Town they have reached very in a pleasant voyage they had, but 2nd January when they moved towards the southern Indian Ocean, they experienced on 2nd January a gigantic wave. Gigantic means very huge, a large wave, and that indication was of disaster, which indicated a large huge wave, double and triple size of the ship. And the author at 6 p.m. he understood that something was wrong, and he mistook that huge wave for a cloud. He thought, you might be imagining, if we might imagine that this is the cloud, so then how must be huge the wave was. So it must be a very gigantic wave. That author mistook it as a for a cloud. Then tremendous wave shook the deck. That gigantic wave, just with the force, it hit the deck, and the ship got broken, and there was water everywhere. So it was a tremendous blow to the ship or the deck. Author's ribs cracked. So the water was everywhere. When this wave hit the deck, it was all broken, and water filled in the every part of the ship. And then author was overthrown by this water, force of water. He was overthrown in the open sea, and his ribs were cracked, and his mouth was full of blood, and he had some broken teeth also, and for some time he lost his consciousness. And after a few moments he realizes that what danger he is in, and he swam back to his ship. Then he asked his wife to manage the wheel. He said when water was filled here and there, he had to manage everything, and he was hurt in his head, on his head also. Ribs were cracked, teeth were broken. So he was badly injured, and water was all over there. So he asked his wife to just look after the wheel, to stern the ship well, to manage it well during this period of time. Then the crewmen, Larry and the Herb, what were they doing? They were pumping out the water that has been filled on the deck on the ship. So they were trying to pump out the water out of the ship, but they struggled. They struggled a lot because it was manually. It was very difficult in an open ocean or the sea. It is difficult to pump out the water manually, and their pumps were also blocked with debris. So children, what is debris? Debris is the just like dust particles, small pebbles from the sea that came with the water, and they blocked their pumps. Then they was doing it manually. They were filling up the buckets, and whatever they were having, they were picking up the buckets, filling the water and throwing back to the sea. It was very tiring job, and it was a very difficult job for them. But they afterwards they found an electric pump and tools. After some time of finding here and there, they are able to find a spare electric pump and some tools, and with the help of this electric pump they are able to throw out water into the sea back again, but and by this they managed to just pass 15 hours. They saved their life for this time. But this was when the gigantic wave hit on the 2nd January. This was a tragic incident for the author. He was fully shaken, like something could this like happen, which was a big danger for their life. And in a vast ocean with all the broken parts, the water on the ship, it is very hard to survive. And the ship was fully broken. It was, we can call it a shipwreck. We can call a damaged ship a shipwreck, and it was a very tragic incident for the author. So somehow they were able to survive for a few long hours, but the boat was fully wrecked. It was destroyed mainly. Water was everywhere around the ship, and they were manually or by the pump they were managing to throw the water out. Now on January 3rd, what happens? The water level under control because of the pump. On 2nd January, the wave hit the shipwreck, and on the 3rd January, water level was under control because with the help of the electric pump, and they were fully throughout they were working. And somehow they were having time for taking a little nap, or they can sleep for some time or have their food, but still they know the boat was broken. So they survived 15 hours since the wave hit, but the ship wasn't in a good condition. So they knew that they have survived for 15 hours, but it could not long further if the condition were the same. So they knew that the boat was not in good condition, so that they could travel to their desired destination, that is Australia, because it was very far away. So they were not in a condition with a broken boat, and they knew that they somehow have to save their life. So they just calculated everything, and they saw L. Armstrong, a nearest island, which was a few hundred kilometers towards the east. So they decided to go to L. Armstrong, which was a small island, and it was 100 kilometers away from them. So this was the only option they were having to save their life, because the boat was not in a good condition to travel so long to Australia. Then what happens on the 4th of Jan? Finally had corned beef and cracker biscuit, their first meal in a time of 2 days. So they had their first meal after 2 days. There were so much chaos, so much things they were doing, that they didn't have the time to eat anything. So on 4th Jan, they finally had whatever left with them was some food. They had some corned beef and some cracker biscuits. So they had together this a very little amount of food they had. So they had it together after 2 days. Then he asked his children whether you are hurt or not, whether you are afraid or not. Then his daughter Suzanne, she is 7 years old, she says that father, I have a slight cut on my arm and my head is a little bump. So, but I didn't tell you before because you were busy doing certain things. I didn't want to bother you so that you were worried about me. So I wanted you to look after the boat. Then his son Jonathan says, he is 6 years old, he says, he shows a great courage and he shows, father, I am not afraid. I am not afraid because if we all can be together. So he says, in a very small child, he says these lines that he is not afraid if they all are together in this condition, and they will, he is hoping that they will find a suitable way and they will come out this condition. So these things happened, and why these motivating words? This motivates the author and determines to fight. This certainly finally motivates the author, because he is also losing hope and somewhat is worried about the situation. But now by listening these motivating words from his small children, his son, he gets motivated and is fully determined to save their lives, and he is ready to fight through these harsh conditions. Then what happens on 6th of Jan? 6th of Jan, boat waved out of the storm. Somehow the storm is over and the waves is over the storm, and it floats towards the other end. Now they have traveled their journey through 150,000 kilometers, which is they have to find in a vast sea of 150,000 kilometers. They have to find a certain island or a place so that they can save their life, and the nearest island was 65 kilometers. They saw a very small island that was 65 kilometers away from them. So these are the things they were doing to save their life, and finally they decided that they will be going to a small island which is not very far, but they can go through by the 65 kilometers to that island. So children, we have just gone through what happened on 2nd Jan, 3rd, 4th and 6th. So that were the main event. On what day what happened, I have just told you. Now what happened at that after 6th Jan? Finally reaching to Safer Island. Now children, what were the things, how they reached the Safer Island? By facing so many difficulties. So the author rechecked his calculation. He rechecked, because we know that we don't have so many directions or any mark over there, so where we have to move. So they have to, the captains of the ship have to do some calculation, and because there is water all over there, surrounded by the vast ocean, there are so vast and big oceans are there, so they have to just do the calculation according to the directions. So he rechecked his calculations again and again, but his main compass he has lost due to the shipwreck. So he lost his main compass. Children, what is compass? Compass is used by the voyagers, the people who sail through the seas. They carry a compass which tells them the north direction, and according to that compass they decide the direction they have to move, and they do necessary calculations to move their ships. So main compass he is lost, and asked Larry to stern a course of 180 degrees. So he asked his crewman, one of the crewmen, Larry, to stern the ship, means to move the ship in a particular direction, that is of 180 degrees. He just changed the course of the voice, and he told Larry to stern the course of 180 degrees. He turned the degrees, he just turned the ship, and expected to reach the island by 5 p.m. So he just saw a very small island, 65 kilometers just away from that. So he expected to reach the island by 5 p.m. in the evening. But he was so much tired, everybody was so much tired, pumping out the water and fixing each and everything, looking after the children. They were hungry also, tired also. So he dozed. Doze means a little nap. He slept for some time till 6 p.m. But he said that they will reach at 5 p.m. But he was still sleeping at this till 6 p.m. And then at that time, his son and daughter, they woke him up and made him realize that they finally reached the island. They were expected to reach till 5 p.m. Now they have reached the island, and the children are so happy and the faces are very cheerful, and they thank their father. They thank their father that he has saved his life and he is the best daddy and captain in the world. Everybody is so happy because their lives was now saved, and the author is so much proud of himself that he is able to save everybody and his family from this misadventure. Okay, now island, what was the condition of the island? We have to just tell you about the island also. The island was bleak piece of volcanic. Bleak means very small, not very large island, but a small bleak piece of volcanic rock, means volcanic material. The rock made up of island made up of volcanic rocks or material eruption. So it was made up of volcanic rock, and there was a little vegetation. Vegetation means small plants or shrubs. There were a very few number of plants and vegetation was over there. So to them, the most beautiful island in the world. But it was a very small island. There was no vegetation. It was all rocky. But to them, the children and the author and the crew, this island seemed to be the world's most beautiful island in the world, because this island had saved their life from the fearful condition, because their boat at the ship was not in a condition to travel to a long distance. So this island was the most beautiful island for these people. It saved their life. So children, what do we learn from this story? What ideas come to our mind? The ideas come to mind that the children, so small at the age of 6 or 7, these Suzanne and Jonathan, they were not afraid at all. They motivated their father by saying, we are not afraid to die if we all can be together. So they are not at all afraid, and they didn't lose any hope, and they motivated their father. And by these motivating words, the author was so much determined, and he had a focus on his work, and he was so determined to save everybody's life. And he said, made a promise to himself, yes, I will be able to do that. So this story is full of hope and determination. By this we come to know that we should never lose hope and try again till we succeed. I hope you have understood the basic main points of the chapter, and you will be able to read the chapter and understand it well. So children, chapter is over, and I have given you important points, dates, and all the events that happened during the story, and I also given you the moral of the story also, and what happened. So children, to assess everything what I have given you the points, and the video is made. So to give you an assignment, I have some short questions over here, so that you can be able to understand the chapter, and you can go through this question answer again. Number 1, who all had accompanied the author in his voyage? Very short questions are there. So who all were present with him during the voyage? You have to write down their names. If you have got the names during the reading the chapter or in the video, so you can name all the people that were with the author. Question number 2, when did the voyager encounter their first trouble? So when did all those who were present on the ship, they realized that they were in danger? What happened, when, which date, or what time they have realized? You have to tell them. Now question number 3, what was the first indication of the disaster? Means what was the first incident or indication, sign, when the author realized that this is the danger time, this is something, this is bringing the disaster? That thing you have to tell in this answer. Question number 4, what was the impact of the children's behavior on the narrator? I have told you in the end what the children said to their father, and how that these words motivates him, what impact it has on the author's mind, and what was the behavior, particular behavior, or what the words they have said. You have to just write in this answer. And the last question is that what were the feelings of the narrator when they reached the island? What were their feelings of the whole crew, the 2 crew members, the children, the wife, and the narrator? What they experienced, what were their emotions, feelings when they reached the island that saved their life? So you have to just tell in a very brief manner all these answers. You have to write in your copies. And children, I hope that you have finally understood the chapter. Thank you.
Do self-study at home and stay home, save lives. Thank you very much.